The city of Dubai and the UAE as a whole have both undergone one of the most radical transformations ever over the past couple of decades. Not too long ago, the country was merely a vast desert, but today it stands tall as a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. It's home to some of the world's most iconic destinations, like the world's tallest skyscraper, Burj Khalifa, and the world's first ever 7-star hotel, Burj Al Arab. And it plans to keep adding to this list of impressive structures. In this video, we're going to talk about 2 new Dubai megaprojects that will push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. These megaprojects are so outlandish that only Dubai is capable of pulling them off, so stick around to find out what they are. Welcome back to PST Megaprojects. The first extremely strange project we'll talk about was described before as the female Burj Khalifa, and it's called the Creek Tower. Dubai announced that construction on its famous Creek Tower will finally resume after a long pause, mainly thanks to the pandemic. And what's so interesting is that this announcement came right after the UAE's regional rival, Saudi Arabia, announced that it'll resume construction on the massive Jeddah Tower. As a result, the race to build the world's first 1,000-meter-long tower was restarted. If you've been following the news of Dubai's mega projects and developments, then you might remember that Creek Tower was first announced in 2016 and was set to become the tallest man-made building in the world, as the initial proposed height was 1,300 meters. That would have made it very easy for Creek Tower to surpass the world's current tallest building, Burj Khalifa, which stands at a height of 828 meters. There's actually been some considerable work done on the site. In fact, the project's developer, Emaar Properties, managed to finish the tower's foundations just 2 years after construction started. But work on the main structure of the tower didn't even start after this initial progress, and this is because Emaar Properties was supposedly still searching for a contractor for the project, which caused a delay. Then the pandemic came, and all work on the Creek Tower was stopped. It was even removed from Emaar Properties' website, which led many to think that the project was cancelled. But even though the future of the Creek Tower was uncertain, work on the surrounding Dubai Creek Harbor continued as planned. This development was planned to be a brand new, high-end district in the historic Dubai Creek, with the tower being the centerpiece of the development, overlooking the harbor to the west with the impressive views of both Burj Khalifa and downtown Dubai. Although the entire development of the area still has a long way to go before it's fully completed, there are a lot of completed works in the creek area, and you can see that for yourself if you look at Emaar Properties' website. Once completed, the entire creek development will span an area that's almost 2 times bigger than downtown Dubai, and it'll have enough residential areas to house around 200,000 people, in addition to tens of thousands of tourists. And now that construction on the Creek Tower restarted, we could see even more tourists visiting this area in the future. But there's just one major new update, and it's that the developers will redesign everything about Creek Tower. According to the founder of Emaar Properties, Mohammed Al-Abar, the Creek Tower was picked up by an international firm that was chosen by Emaar after a long selection process, and that this firm was now responsible for the new design. Al-Abar didn't reveal the name of this international firm, but he said that the new design will elevate the grandeur and impact of the ambitious megaproject. Emaar Properties hopes to finalize the new design by April of this year and begin construction in 2025. So, why is the tower being redesigned in the first place? While the actual reason for this sudden redesign is unknown, many people think it's due to pressure from Emaar's shareholders. Since this tower is one of the company's biggest projects ever, abandoning it for 3 years wasn't a good look for Emaar. Not only that, but Al-Abar backtracked on his previous words and said recently that the Creek Tower will not be bigger than Burj Khalifa, which is literally the tower's main selling point. Not only that, but Al-Abar also said that he'll have to be happy with the redesign. For some reason that we don't really know, Emaar is trying to reduce the scale of the tower in order to complete the tower in the shortest amount of time possible, and we can't attribute that to the company not having the resources to complete the mega project as it was first imagined, because Emaar hit $5.2 billion in revenues in Q3 of 2023 and has a sales backlog of $14.5 billion that will be recognized as revenues in the upcoming years. Maybe the company conducted feasibility studies and found some problems with the original design that it didn't know how to fix, or maybe the original design simply wasn't practical. And this wouldn't be too surprising, because one look at Creek Tower's proposed design will have you thinking if it'll ever actually work out. After all, it'd be extremely hard to keep a building that's 1 kilometer tall stable, especially because the wind forces get stronger the higher you go up. Even if the new design is shorter than what was first proposed, we can't be too mad if it's to ensure the tower's stability and the safety of people inside it. In fact, we'd be fine with anything really as long as Emaar keeps the steel net that's covering the tower from the original design, because this cable net is arguably the most iconic part of the design, and it's really what sets the Creek Tower apart from other Dubai skyscrapers. Speaking of other skyscrapers in Dubai, we'll now talk about the second strange skyscraper that the vibrant city is considering, and it's the very famous Circle skyscraper. Imagine Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest skyscraper. Then imagine a 5-story ring hanging 550 meters up in the sky surrounding Burj Khalifa. As absurd as it sounds, this is a new skyscraper idea for downtown Dubai, called the Dubai Circle. This Circle skyscraper is meant to be a neighborhood in the sky, proposed by a Dubai-based experimental architecture firm called STRANGEST. It'll be a 3-kilometer wide ring that will encircle Burj Khalifa. According to STRANGEST, this concept is a response to the dilemma of how to build densely while at the same time retaining livability. The company also calls Dubai Circle an alternative to the singular and disconnected high skyscrapers that you can find in any metropolitan area. The ring will be so large that it could be identified from afar, as it'll cover all of downtown Dubai. People will be able to travel from one end of the circle to another in suspended pods, while enjoying a stunning 360-degree view of the city. The interior of the circle will offer office spaces, cultural areas, and residential units, which will be arranged into 2 separate sections that will be joined together by a belt of green space called Sky Park. Inside Sky Park, residents of the circle will enjoy different natural sceneries like canyons, deserts, and gardens. The whole structure will be supported by 5 giant pillars, and their bases will stand on empty lots. And these pillars will be more than structures for the stability of the circle, as they'd also serve as air purifiers using smog filtering. With the help of these pillars, STRANGEST hopes to surround downtown Dubai by a microclimate that makes the city more livable in the hot summer weather. Additionally, the ring will be sustainable and self-sufficient, and will be powered by only renewable energy. So, is the Dubai Circle actually possible to build? The concept images released by STRANGEST sparked a conversation online over if this project can even be built, and some even called the idea delusional. But these engagements are exactly why the concept images were released in the first place. In fact, STRANGEST wanted to start a conversation about the future of urban living and to get people talking about the project. There is no other information regarding plans of the construction, but STRANGEST said that it would be completed by 2040 if construction on it started. The Dubai Circle is a strange idea, but it's not entirely impossible to pull off, as there are existing buildings out there that have the features of mid-air construction, and one of these buildings is actually in Dubai, and it's the world's longest cantilever building. It includes a podium that links 2 towers built either side of a 6-lane highway, and the podium was lifted 100 meters above the ground and has a length of 226 meters. You could say that the Dubai Circle, as well as the Creek Tower, are both 2 challenging megaprojects that would face many engineering challenges once construction on them starts, and just by looking at their proposed concept images, you'd think that they're completely impossible. But if you take a moment to really think about the UAE's big progress in infrastructure in a really short time, you'd realize that even the wildest and craziest ideas aren't impossible for a country that's achieved so many impossible things already. Well, that is everything for now. What do you think? Will these mega projects ever be completed? Please let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't, please subscribe and leave a like for this video. Your support helps us continue our work. Thanks again for your support, and I will see you in the next one.